Welcome back, everyone, to another round of Gore Made breaks. Tonight is going to be a 5-box 1993 Bowman break, and we are hunting none other than the captain, Derek Jeter, in honor of his Hall of Fame announcement this week. Before we get started, let me give a very special shout out to the following Patreon members: Barry K with Cards for Days, Mitch Smith, Tommy White, Shane W., Justin Moeller, Michael P. with Bass and Ball Cards, Ronald James, Dwight with Clark Sports Cards, Darren C. with Comfort Cards, James Palmer, Paul Curry, and Tom Edwards. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are we doing? Uh-oh. This race was rigged. How did Mrs. G takes the first spot? I think that she was ready for first and third, I guess. She got it. Sorry, boys. She was ready for this one. She wanted to play the spoiler. Well, guys, it is that time. We have got 5 of the absolute nicest looking 1993 Bowman boxes that you have ever laid your eyes on. And these came courtesy of Joe L., who I don't know, man, if these were stored away in a vault or how these were so nice, but man, definitely not disappointed. We got 5 boxes tonight, and all spots, as usual, are going to be randomized, and you're going to want to stick around until the end. All right, you have no clue what is about to go down at the end of our 5-box break, but I think you guys are going to be pretty excited. I'll just leave it at that. So if you're box 1, box 2, whatever the case may be, do not walk away. You're going to want to be here at the end. All right, let's see who's all in the house. Looks like we've got a full house already. 9 of you in here, 10 of you in here. Smash that thumbs up button. Darren C's in the house. Joe is here. Cool Cena is here. Oliver, Paul, Tom, I saw you. Oliver, Terry's in the house. Jersey, Tommy White, Relic Nation's in the house. Michael Lynch made it in. How are you doing? Michael P's in the house. Oddball Cards. Shane got the Oddball Cards video started. Shane, did you happen to see my comment? I think that Tatis that you pulled might be an SSP. So if you didn't see my comment, you pulled a Tatis, and I think it's an SSP. Michael Lynch, I'm 99% sure that I did. We shipped out like 30 things though, so I'm just kind of going from memory. I can't tell you with 100% certainty, but I'm pretty sure that yes, Michael Lynch. And just kind of a general, hey Mitch, how are you doing? Just a general announcement. Some of you have messages that we have sent you on Patreon because there's no address for you. A combination of things. There's a few people that we have no address for you, and there's a few people that your real name doesn't show up anywhere, so we don't have any way to link an address to you. Darren, about 95% of them, yours is going to be mailed out tomorrow. So the ones that had extra stuff to do or little special touches obviously took longer, but most of you got a message. Most of you know that your stuff is on the way, and then I'm taking tomorrow off to get everything done. We're down to like maybe 5 things. So yeah, PayPal is being a little tricky. Anywho. All right. So in box 1, here's the lineup. Box 1, I've got Darren, Tom, I've got your stacks, and Terry, and that's box 1. Box 2 is going to be Jersey, Kevin Tan, Goth Duck, and James. Box 3 belongs to Paul. Box 4 belongs to Jonathan. Box 5 is Tim, our new Patreon member, Tim L., Dwight, Michael P., and Mitch. So each box has 24 packs. I have randomized everything. You're going to see it happen live. I just downloaded a new randomizing app. So it's going to look like this. This is not the actual one, but it's going to look like this. And I'm going to randomize it a few times. And that's what we're rolling with. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Tim, you need yourself a wrench, my friend. There you are. Lewis, how are you doing? I think, guys, just because of the nature of the... I know, Paul, thank you. Oh, you know what? I'm going to circle back to Paul's question real quick. Don't be surprised in the next few days. It's just something that has come up as we continue to grow. I think we're going to send out a generic message. It's going to go to everyone, and some of you are going to think like, how do you not know me by now? Don't worry. It's just going to kind of go to everyone, or maybe I'll create a post. But we need to compile some sort of a list of the different names, and then the actual mailing address names, and sometimes even the PayPal name. Some of you got 4 different names that show up. So we're trying to prevent any kind of mistakes from happening. So we're going to send out a message or create a post, and then ask you guys to just message us with, all the different handles that we might be seeing, just to avoid confusion. Funny. Oh, God. I don't even want to know what's about to be said. It reminds me of, if any of you watch, you're going to add 2 more. I appreciate that, Darren. If any of you guys watch The Office, not The Office, Parks and Rec, that's like Jerry Gergich and Gary and Larry. I'm going to go back to Paul's question real quick. So the one guy who didn't vote Jeter in, I mean, maybe there's some sort of weird technicality, but what was it, 396 out of 397 people? Like, who is the one guy? Because you're obviously wrong, and you shouldn't be allowed to vote ever again. I feel like that sucks. I'm not even a huge Jeter fan per se, but come on. Do I need your mother's maiden name? Yes, and also tomato sauce recipe. Yeah, Joe, I just don't get it. Like, I don't. My gut tells me that it's some guy trying to like make a point, or be some sort of a weird hipster. Like he's probably got, Jose Lean should have made the Hall. He had the best double play flip, or some stupid reason for not voting him in. But I mean, come on. When you're one person literally who doesn't do it, you're obviously wrong. It was probably the one woman that didn't get the parting gift from Jeter on the walk of shame. Oh, man. You know what, though? I mean, joking aside, I feel like you're probably not that far off. It's probably one writer who didn't get granted an interview or something like that. Third PayPal has been created and it has Gore in it. Lovely. Darren, thank you for going the extra mile. Permanent, right? Like, it's forever. You're not unanimous by one person, and it sucks. I know it's still in an overwhelmingly high amount, but whatever. Yeah, Mitch, exactly. I feel like, how do you ever trust that person's vote again? Like, you're clearly wrong. Like, are you the one guy who has access to some magic stats that proves that Jeter doesn't deserve to be in the Hall? I mean, come on. Yeah, Nolan Ryan, exactly. Like, who's sitting there thinking, oh, yeah, Nolan doesn't deserve it? Or Griffey, or, I mean, anybody, right? Anybody besides Mariano. Anyone who made it in with like 90+%, and then some idiot is just sitting there like with sour grapes. Whatever. Okay, I'm moving off of that. That guy's wrong and an idiot. Okay, let's get started on box number 1 tonight, guys. Good luck to everyone, and I feel like a kid on Christmas, but like I know the present, and I can't wait to get to that end to show you guys the surprise. Some of the wouldn't do first time vote. Yeah, I mean, it would have to be something like that, right? Like just some so Joe Lombardo, Darren, he's got Joe. You got to have some sort of an airtight vault holding these cards. I mean, Darren, you would not believe how nice these boxes look. I have never in my life received a box from any online retailer, or eBay, nothing that were as nice as these are. So we're in good hands tonight. Okay, so we got Tomm times 2. And Steven's Cards, how are you? Kids' bedtime? All right, Jonathan, we will definitely be here. I don't think these have like a super glossy finish, so I'm not super concerned. Okay. So here we go, guys. This is just the way that I had typed the list in. We're going to go ahead and randomize it. Okay, I'm going to randomize it 5 times. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Terry, you're going to get the top stack. Tomm, you'll get top right and bottom left. And Darren, you'll get bottom right. And yes, Kevin, I just downloaded it. It's nice because it doesn't have, the IP address plastered all over the place. The only thing I need to be able to do is see if I can somehow send this to my printer. I think that could be make things a little bit easier on me. Anyway, it's time, boys. Let's find us a Jeter. And you gotta love 90s, 80s, and 90s stuff. We know that things are 33%. I'll just flip through the cards fast, dear. You guys all know that 90s stuff is just littered with doubles, so don't lose hope. Man, these are nice looking. So nice. All right, Terry, good luck, sir. And here we go. Back. When's the SP break? Yeah. Oh, geez. It's a good thing this isn't Jonathan's box. This would be kind of irrelevant for everyone else. But our first card of the night is Bernard Gilkey. And so to set your worries aside, you can see already not stuck together. So we're good on that front. Remember, guys, I'm going to be going through these. If you ask me something, if you could use the @ symbol, that'd be fantastic. If not, just don't be afraid to repeat it. And Terry, I know you're partially joking. I had actually thought about doing an SP break, but boxes are about $3,000 now. I mean, $300, honey, not $3,000. I mean, it's $3,000. It's grand, like grandiose boxes, very I don't think I'm covering my tracks very well. But I'm terrified that you open it and they're stuck together. And I just feel like that's just money down the drain. I could see even like you can buy a pack sometimes for about $100, $110. I mean, that could be fun in itself, but if they're going to be stuck together, that's a hard pass. Okay, Terry, good luck. We got Alan Newman. We got Bobby Bowe. Matt Walbeck. Looking for Jason Kendall, too. Who else are we looking for? Not this pedophile. Jason Beret. Greg Blosser. Hey, Gradeworthy, how are you? One pack of SP going for $30. I wouldn't trust it either. Justin Thompson. Mike Williams. Piazza. We got Jesse Hollins. Bill Swift. BJ Surhoff. Steve Burchell. Joe Oliver. And Bernard Gilkey. I'm sure Jonathan's ears are buzzing somewhere in the background. As usual, guys, SPs are selling on eBay for $400 to $500. SP Jeters, I have one. I've told that story a few times. I have an SP Jeter. I'll never get rid of it because I actually got it out of a pack as a kid. Still lucky enough to have it. But I had considered trying to get another one, but even a decent one, yeah, you're $500 and up. So that's definitely, we're getting to investment grade status there. Got Javi Lopez is our engraved foil card. At the end, guys, if you want to do any trading, I'll always leave time for that on breaks. But just in the interest of getting through the cards, I'm going to ask that we can do stuff at the end. So Dave, oh, Terry, we got Jeter. We're only in our second pack, and Terry pulls the Jeter. Any luck finding the Jeter, the hobbyist? Yeah, pretty good luck. Pretty good luck right now on our second pack. That just happened. 2 packs in. Well, you gotta think right now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put this out here, and Joe, I mean, this is on behalf of Joe Lombardo, who has been saving these boxes. There is no better way to prove that these are legit, well taken care of boxes than the cards are not stuck together, and second pack in, we're already looking at Jeter. So I feel like credit to Joe. These boxes, beautiful condition, and the proof is in the pudding right there. So I am super pumped. 2 cards in. Don't lose hope yet, Shalani. These are 1993, man. 1993. You never know what's going to happen in 1993. Doubles, triples, who knows? Let me get this taken care of for you. All right. Well, Terry, congratulations. Terry, I don't know if Cooper's watching, but man, what a moment. Daryl Strawberry, Craig Paquette, Brian Harvey, Chris Gomez, Rick Helling. And this is another thing to keep your eyes on. Another thing is that we could always pull a Jeter in the foil card as well. Carlos Quintana, Rafael Palmeiro, Lance Painter, Brandon Wilson, and Darryl Hamilton. I can't believe it, guys. 2 packs in, and we already looking at Jeter. It is the top left corner, Michael P. Are we going to try to see if there's some sort of weird collation issue? Video quality sucks and no sound on device 1. Well, guys, let me know if that's if that's universal, I'm not getting any kind of warnings on my side. Clear. Fine. Looks good. Getting better. Switch to my phone. Lots of buffering. Good now. Good here. Was not. Okay. Like I said, guys, I don't have any kind of warnings or anything. Okay. I'm going to keep on rolling then. Okay. Castillo. Bullet or Boulay. Destrade. Alexander. Bobby Witt. DeSarcina. We got Terry Burrows. David McCarty. Holbert. Roger Clemens, the Rocket, did not make it in. Rick Wilkins, Hulse, and Carlton Fisk already in. Huh. $18 subs and no content. Was Gore... What did you say? Was Gore cutting toenails? No. I can. That'd be some serious multitasking. Okay, Castilla, Tim Bogar, Keith Gordon, Raul Mondesi. That was a solid card back in the day. John Franco, Matt Whiteside, Daryl Boston. There's Jason Beret, Foyle, Calderon, Terry Pendleton, Scott Fletcher, Melvin Nieves, and Luis Gonzalez. Just chewing them down. Got Rod Lofton. You keep joking, Jonathan. I'll send you all the Bernard Gilkeys. Okay, Greg Gagne, Chad McConnell, Curtis Shaw, Rondell White, Mears, Chris Sabo, Mike McSudian, Rod Lofton, Matty Cordova, Holbert, Kevin Mitchell, Brian Coling, Darren Fletcher, and Jimmy Haynes. And Terry, down your last pack, you probably could care less at this point. You already hit the Jeter. Like I said, though, guys, we got these a la Topps Gold card. Jim Tatum, Doug Jones, Tom Pagnazzi, Ozzie Timmons, Bernie Williams, Bill Swift, Charles Nagy, Mike Lansing, Dennis Moeller, Luis Polonia, Ricky Gutierrez, Omar Vizquel, and Joel something or other. Camellis, Mike Hostetler. Terry, congratulations, man. AT&T. I feel like we've been down this road before. As far as internet, I'm 100% maxed out on the internet that is available to me. So if we want to vent about it, we can. I can't change anything. Okay, Tom, so these are your 2 stacks. And the last stack belongs to Darren. Limited time offer. I'll sub anyone who subs me. So, Tom, good luck. Hopefully, we have not all lost hope. Better on my phone than iPad. 35, James. Barry Larkin, Jose Rio, Dwayne Singleton, Nolan Ryan, Greg Jeffries, Denny Hawking, Tanyan Sturts, Gene Shaw, Alan Watson, Dan Wilson, Denny Martinez, Jose Canseco, Pudge Rodriguez, and Danny Tartable. That was actually a really good pack if this was 1993. Got Nigel Wilson is your foil. Charlie Hayes, Glenn Allen Hill, Rob Butler, Ryan Hoblitzel, Donnie Elliott, Tom Candiotti, Brad Pennington, Albie Lopez, Nigel Wilson, Mike Hampton, Glenn Davis, Jeff Darwin, Ryan Sandberg, and Alan Trammell. Wow. I think Jason Kendall's kind of the other big card. Obviously, this thing is littered with Hall of Famers as well. Ken and Ken Jr. That's kind of a cool foil card. A Ken Sr. and Jr. Trevor Hoffman, Calvin Reese, Pedro Estacio, Chad Oj, Joey Eischen, Andy Bennis, Justin Mashore, Carlos Delgado, Ozzie Guillen, Shane Andrews, Jeff Juden, Billy Ashley, and Dave Nilsson. Kind of liking this senior and junior. It's no Jeter, but still. Okay, Chad Curtis, Wilson Alvarez, Ruben Sierra, Norm Charlton, Dwayne Ward, Joe Gray, Rene Arocha, Rick Green. You got Dan Fry, Jose Mercedes, Arthur Rhodes, Mike Milchin, Tony Mitchell, and Scott Cooper. Man, I feel like if we pull a second Jeter, what a, I guess, mood game changer for the evening. Just knowing that you could get two out of the same box. There's a nice Chipper Jones foil. Ron Vallone, Aaron Small, Julio Bruno, Reggie Sanders, Greg McMichael, Rob Dibble, Kurt Miller, Pat Gomez, nice Chipper Jones foil, Mike Draper, Cecil Fielder, Dave Justice, Ken Ramos, and Jeff Bagwell. LJA says bad pick. Gonna have to bail. Too much spinning wheel. Okay, guys. If you want, I can. I'm gonna have to restart the stream. It's really the only way to do anything at this point. So if you guys want me to restart the stream, I will. Obviously, if you can't see it, yes, Dwight. If you can't see it, there's kind of defeats the purpose. Stream is perfect for you. Well, give me some feedback here, guys. If you want me to restart the stream, I will. But it seems like... All right. So let me just ask the people. It just got better. Okay. I guess in reality, it cleared up. Okay. All right. I'm sure most of you are aware that I can't like really do anything in the moment as much as I would like to be able to. Okay, Robert Einhorn, Kyle Abbott, Billy Hall, Shane Mack, Robert Pettigine, Tommy Shields, got Mike Neal, Hector Roa, Russ Davis Foil, Omar Dahl, Chuck Carr, Mitch Williams, Jerome Burnitz, and T.R. Lewis. It's because everybody wants to watch Jeter today. 33 people in the house. Grade worthy? Yes. I am. Oh, Todd Van Poppel. Man, if you were collecting cards back in the 90s, this takes you back. Marcos Armas, Brent Gates, Tim Costo, Candy Maldonado, Vince Coleman, Jose Guzman, Jose Vieira, and Todd Van Poppel. Mike James. What a card from back then. Didn't pan out, obviously. BJ Surhoff, Steve Bushell, Joe Oliver, Bernard Gilkey. We got doubles, folks. Carlos Quintana. Okay, guys, we've got doubles. You know it. I mean, if you weren't paying attention, I know you at least remember Bernard Gilkey twice. So we got a fighting chance of getting more than one. The community just got you 5 subs. Nice. Justin Thompson. No, I need to work on getting 5 more subs. Lance Blankenship, Rob Deere, Rod Bolton, Chris Turner, Desi Relaford, Tony Fernandez, Tom something or other, Nevers, Brian Edmondson, Justin Thompson, Rafael Palmero, Lance Painter, Brandon Wilson, Daryl Hamilton, and Aaron Holbert. Maybe if some non-subbed people are paying attention later on tonight, I think they might like what they see around here. Okay, Jay Gaynor, Alan Watson, Larry Thomas, Steve Dixon, Rich Robertson, Mariano Rivera. There we go. Talked about him a little bit. Ken Ryan, Mike Robertson. We got Tim Salmon, Foil, The Rocket. We definitely got doubles, guys. Rick Wilkins, David Hulse, Carlton Fisk, and Ivan Calderon. We have got plenty of doubles. You guys should all be very, very happy. Michael Lynch, I don't know, man. Although I feel like I do know, and the reason is most likely because the live stream thing. But honestly, I mean, I care, but I don't care. I don't care to the point where I'm going to change the channel. Yeah, LJ, it does. And what Jonathan said. Because all of my subs came from just trying to make good content, not buying them. Terry Pendleton, Scott Fletcher, Melvin Nieves, Luis Gonzalez, Ray Holbert, Mo Vaughn, Brooke Fortis, Bob Welch, Greg Gore, Larry Carter, Nigel Wilson, Damon Hollins, and Jose Sandoval. I think, I've always been grateful for the amount of interaction that we have. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's very obvious when subs are genuine and when they are paid for. I don't know how anyone couldn't grasp that, but whatever. I mean, to each his own. If that's your thing and you're just shooting for a number, do whatever you want to do. But I like the community that we've built here. All of you guys obviously made that happen. And you know what? If it takes me a year to get to 1,000, then so be it. But I'll have the best damn subscribers that any channel could ever ask for, and that's good enough for me. So Midray Cummins, Ken Griffey Jr., Danny Maselli, Brian Bevel, Tom Glavin, Jose Lund, Chris Sheff, Bobby Hughes, Raul Mondesi, Foil. There's Kevin Mitchell again, Brian Coling, Darren Fletcher, Tim Wakefield, and Derek Wallace. Yeah. What are we talking about here? Kevin and Bowman. Wait for this weekend. When it comes to Bowman, Junior Felix, Otis Nixon, Dan Melendez, Ozzy Canseco, Paul Molitor, Bud Black, Tim Morrell, Craig Lefferts, Brian Taylor, Juan Guzman, Chris Pritchett, Donnie Baseball, David Need, and Mike Trumbly. Well, Tom, I'm sorry that we didn't pull a Jeter out of here. You did pull a Mariano Rivera, and you especially will want to make sure you're here at the end. At least you aren't acting stupid fighting over hundreds of baseballs. Yeah. I had a bad day, so I'm on my 4th beer and 2nd shot. Well, James, nobody wants to hear that you're having a bad day, man. I'm sorry. I hope that you can chill and at least enjoy the evening. I can't what happened better, but hopefully the rest of the night can be pretty decent. People don't realize if you don't have the interaction, you will not get monetized. Yeah, again, it's fairly obvious. Anyway, we all get it. Well, James, I think I'm going to cheer you up at the end of the night. Tom Urbani, Paul Wagner, Kevin Seitzer, Frank Thomas, Big Hurt, Edgar Herrera, and Darren, if you didn't realize this is your stack, Miguel Batista, Ivan Cruz, Doug Hecker, Tyrone Hill, Brady Anderson, Bobby Kelly, Robin Yount, Bob Wickman, and Joe Randa. This is your stack, Darren. I don't know if I announced it or not. Hey, don't count yourself out, Jonathan. You're included, buddy. Troy Percival, Foil, Pete Janicki, Kerry Taylor, Tyrone Hill, Billy Ripkin, Mark Newfield, Greg Swindell, Wes Chamberlain. There's our Troy Percival, Kurt Stillwell, Wally Joyner, Roger Cedeno, Willie McGee, Jay Buhner, and Matt Noakes. He hit that 51 home runs, Mitch, that one year. Pretty, I would think, pretty obvious case of hitting the sauce a little bit, maybe, but that's a discussion for another time. I remember watching at one point where they showed stats of like where he had hit the ball the year before, and then The very next year, it was like the same ones, but the ball just went about 10 feet farther. And voila, 51 home runs. Jimmy Key, Jamie Navarro, Brian Barber, Phil Hyatt, Garvin Alston, Steve Hosey, Richie Moody, Omar Oliveras, Troy O'Leary, Jeff King, Paul Sporjaric, Marquise Grissom, Juan Gon, and Sam Militello. All right. Roberto Mejia, Greg Hibbard, Chris Gams, Billy Hathaway, Howard Battle, Sandy Alomar, Bobby Jones, and Sid Bream, Alex Gonzalez, Jack Morris, Terry Mulholland, Gary Sheffield, Man Ram, and John Jaha. There was a guy who caught stealing Omar Oliveras' identity. He was selling signed baseball stuff. What? Brian and Hal McCrae. So these father and son cards. Al Shirley, Billy Brewer, Javi Lopez, Randy Myers, Bob Tewksbury, Orlando Miller, Rich Renteria, Carl Everett. Saw this one. Ed Tobinsay, Brett Barbary, Dave Hollins, Sammy Sosa, Mickey Tuttleton, and Last Pack Mojo. So we know there's doubles, and there's a Bernie Williams. That's another double. We just need a double of Jeter. And there's Man Ram in foil. What is a Jeter foil going for? Does anybody know? Danny Clyburn, Mike Farmer, Tim Pugh, Andy Pettit, George Samus, Tony Tarasco, Frank Bullock, Jeff Hartsock. We got Man Ram in foil. Jimmy Haynes, that's like the original Austin Hayes right there. Doug Jones, Tom Pagnozzi, Ozzie Timmons, and Bernie Williams. They don't have Jeter foil. Only certain cards came in foil. Well, that's good to know, so I don't keep saying that like an idiot. All right, and box 1 is in the books. Terry, congratulations. Everyone else, please do not leave because I need you to be here later. Even if you got to go handle some business and then come back. Trust me, you're going to want to be here. Okay, next box, jersey, Kevin Tan, Goth Duck, and James. Okay, here we go. Okay. Box 2. We got jersey, Kevin Tan, Goth Duck, and James. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stack 1 belongs to James. Stack 2 belongs to Goth Duck. Kevin Tan and jersey is in the bottom right corner. What are we talking about? Com C. They have like way more. I sometimes find COMC kind of hard to navigate the way they have some of the cards laid out. Okay, James. Another great looking box. Stack 1 belongs to James. So, James, let me get everybody ready to go. Jersey. James, Goth Duck, and Kevin. No, that battery lasts forever. It's probably the best thing about that stupid phone. Okay, Willie Green. Trying to trick me here with the okay, Lou Whitaker, Dan Wilson, Denny Martinez, Jose Canseco, Pudge, Tartable, Tony Menendez, Darren Burton, Mark Smith, Tom Glavine, Jose Lind, Mo Vaughn, and Brooke Fordice. I feel like we're seeing some of the same players from Stack 1, but also some different ones. So can't say for sure yet if this is some sort of a pattern. If it is a pattern, there's obviously not much I can do about it anyway. It's all been randomized, so you guys saw it happen. Okay, Gerald Clark, Blast Minor, Mike Hampton, Glenn Davis, Jeff Darwin, Rhino, Trammell, Ozzie Guillen. We got Bubba Smith, Bob Welch, Gabe White, Derek Lowe, Ramon Martinez, and Doc Gooden. I don't think we saw Doc Gooden in box 1, did we? Kirby Puckett, definitely don't remember seeing that. Moises Alou, Shane Andrews, Jeff Juden, Billy Ashley, Dave Nilsson, Jose Mercedes, Arthur Rhodes, Player of the Year, Steve Gibraltar, Dave Mlicky, Mark Langston, Julio Franco, Junior Felix, and Otis Nixon. Yeah, I feel like definitely seeing some different faces, Joe. So good and bad, I guess, right? I mean, we got Jeter the first time around, but it is nice to see some different cards. We didn't see a Jason Kendall, I don't think, first time around. Chris Snopek, Mike Moeller, Mike Milken, Tony Mitchell, Scott Cooper, Mike Draper, Cecil Fielder, Dave Justice. We got a Tim Clark, Dan Melendez, Ozzy, Ramon Martinez, Kevin Tapon, and Devon White. Well, that's an error. I don't know if you guys caught that. I wanted to say Kevin Tapani, but it clearly says Kevin Tapon. No I, and then I. So if you're into error cards, there's one. Whether or not it got corrected at some point, no clue. Hey, David CR7. Oh, was he breaking the same thing? Jonathan? Yeah, I felt like I wanted to say Kevin Tapani, but I didn't see an I. It felt very weird to not say that. Steve Olson, Tim Belcher, Ken Ramos, Todd Jones, Hector Carrasco, Ryan Thompson, George Bell, Taking off, David. Adios. Jody Reed. Raul Mondesi foil. Pedro Martinez, Orlando Palmeiro, John Smiley, John Kruk, Preston Wilson. 97 Fleer. Was he just talking about Tapani, or was he talking about 93 Bowman? I'm just curious how it came up, I guess. Okay, Steve Cox, a sweet checklist. Kurt Manwaring, Ben McDonald. There's Bo Jackson, Mickey Morandini, Bobby Thigpen, Chili Davis, Tim Salmon again, Barry Bonds, another guy didn't make it in, Francisco Gomez, Greg Hansel, Scott Iyer, and Cameron Cross is not Jeter for James. Sorry, sir. Again, don't leave. I will say I don't really have a backup plan if you guys leave. I'll have to come up with something on the fly. Okay, next up is Goth Duck. So, Matt. Good luck. Paul, your box is up after this box. Okay, Mike Matthews. Brian McRae. Jose Pett. Got a Justin Thompson foil. Kevin Young. Breen Taylor. Steve Dunn. Brett Saberhagen. And Sterling Hitchcock. Man, I haven't said that name in forever. Sterling Hitchcock. That was a fun card to try to pull back in the day. Who remembers Sterling Hitchcock? Maybe it's one of those people you just remember as a prospect with a funny name. All right, well, cool, Cena. Hey, man, you got to at least see one Jeter get pulled tonight. Oh, man, Sterling Hitchcock, Alan Embry, Aaron Seal, Keith Miller, Joe Rosselli, Sherman Abondo, Ken Caminiti. I used to love watching him play. David McCarty, Juan De La Rosa. There's Todd Van Poppel foil again. Brian Harper, Desi Wilson, Sean Green, Kevin Stocker, and Jason Hutchins. So another, I guess, good little nugget of info was that the Jeter is not going to be in that top left stack every single time. Kind of nice to have the what if. That's right. We are due for another Jeter, Tom. Chris Holt, sweet checklist. Jason Bates, Geronimo Pena, Joe Ronda, Wally Joyner, Lenny Dykstra. There's Chipper. And there is Jim Tatum, Joe Vitiello, Miguel Jimenez. And somebody's calling me. Not going to talk to you. Willie Wilson, Brett Backlund, and Steve Trashel. Went to college with a Sawyer Magnus. It's a pretty sweet name. Okay, Greg Olson, Bill Wirtz, Jeff King, John Shave, Mike Morgan, Jack Morris, Terry Mulholland, Gary Sheffield, Marty Cordova, Travis Fryman, Trey Beeman, Julio Franco, Junior Felix, Otis Nixon. I didn't want to, break the internet, Dwight, with that chipper. We saw Griffey in the last box. Haven't seen him yet in this box. But we're only in the second stack. Jamie Taylor, Lee Heath, David Cohn, Brett Barbary, Dave Hollins, Chris Bosio, Doug Jones, Tom Pagnazzi, Carlos Delgado, that was a big card back in the day. Dan Melendez, Ozzy again. Ramon Martinez, Kevin Tapon, and Devon White. Can somebody find out, is this a true error card or is this just an uncorrected error card? Okay, Sean Bergman, Matt Weisenant, Ozzie Timmons, there's Bernie Williams, Steve Burchell, Joe Oliver, Bernard Gilkey, Lance Painter, David McCarty, Pedro Martinez, Orlando Palmero, John Smiley, John Kruk, Preston Wilson. So Goth Duck, sorry, Matt, no Jeter in that stack. You guys do know that we did get a jersey. I'm sorry, not get a jersey. We did get a Griffey in the last box. Okay, so Kevin. There was the father and son foil, and then there is a legit just Griffey. Kruk owns a pen company? Is that for real? Okay, Damon Buford, Scott Hatterberg, want to play him for the A's. Tony Phillips, Eric Anthony, Pat Borders, Matt Miski, Rick Gorecki, Paul Sorrento. There's JT Snow, Vinny Castilla, Tim Bogar, Keith Gordon, Raul Mondesi, and John Franco. Nice. Did not see that one coming. Well played, sir. It's not listed. Huh. Must just be uncorrected then. BJ Wallace, Eric Karros, Eric Davis, Mark Grace, Al Martin, Rick Sutcliffe, Kevin Apier, Willie Banks, Steve Hosey, Matt Whiteside, Chris Gomez, Alan Newman, Bobby Bowe, and Matt Walbeck. Okay, Kurt Miller, Pat Gomez, Ken Hill, Brett Boone, Dave Magadan, Rob Natal, Tom Henke, Ricky Henderson, the first time seeing that one, Larry Sutton, not going to say your name, Mike Lansing, Dennis Moeller, Luis Polonia, Ricky Gutierrez. I thought that was 2 cards for a second. Okay, still got 3 packs to go, Kevin. Mike Neal, Hector Roa, Ray McDavid, Mike Henneman, Chuck Knobloch, Solomon Torres, Anahar Cedeno, Johnny Ruffin. We got Bobby and Barry Bonds, father and son card. Omar Vizquel, Greg Gagne, Juan Castillo, Scott Bullitt, and Orestes Destrade. Sounds like a made-up name. Okay, Bob Hamlin, Spike Owen, Richie Lewis, Big Mac, Domingo Martinez, Rick Aguilera, Mark Thompson, Manny Alexander, Bobby Witt, Rod Bolton, Chris Turner, and Desi Relaford. Last pack, Mojo for Kevin Tan. Okay, James Baldwin, John Cummings, Mike Greenwell, Mike McFarland, John O'Donohue, Greg Vaughn, Daryl Whitmore, Brent Bowers, Kevin Stalker, Tony Fernandez, Marcus Armas, Brent Gates, Chad McConnell, Curtis Shaw. Oh, Jeter. Jersey, he might be in this last stack for you, sir. Sorry, Kevin. Okay, Jersey, good luck. All these ball jokes. I'm reading them and then just not going to say them out loud. He does commentary for the Rays. It's a nice little tidbit of trivia there. Luis Ortiz, Cal Eldred, Cal Ripken Jr., Les Norman, Robbie Thompson, Jose Martinez, Brant Brown, Pat Kelly, Gary Mota, Rondell White, Pat Mears, there's Chris Sabo, Greg Gore, and Larry Carter. I try, Lewis. I try. Although I feel like it's like an active game of cat and mouse with Jonathan's comments trying to get me to read them. Jose Vidro, DJ Thielen, Brian Conroy, Darren Dalton, Dave Winfield, Primetime, Brett Butler, Doug DeCenzo, Brian Rupp, Nigel Wilson, Jay Gaynor, Alan Watson, Larry Thomas, Tim Costo. Well, Jersey, you've got some pretty good odds of pulling a Jeter out of this stack. That is the game. Nice to know you guys are actively plotting against me out there. Okay, Jeff Kent. What do you think, Jeff Kent? Hall of Famer? Yay, nay? Don Slott, Orlando Merced, Mark Kiefer, Melito Perez, Terry Steinbach gets the landscape treatment. Jason Kendall. Nice, Jason Kendall. There's our first look at a Jason Kendall. It's not a bad looking card. Tony Pena, Cliff Floyd, Candy Maldonado, Vince Coleman, Jose Guzman, Charles Nagy, and Paul Malter. I was watching that game live when that happened, when Randy Johnson threw the ball about 4 feet over his head and like behind him. And then the rest of that at bat was hilarious. Okay, Kenny Carlisle, Gene Shaw, Kevin Raymer, Carlos Garcia, Ellis Burks, Larry Walker. This is a very timely pull. Leo Gomez, Edgar Martinez, Ray McDavid, Bud Black, Midre Cummings, and Ken Griffey Jr. So this is the Ken Griffey Jr. we saw earlier. Danny Maselli and Brian Bevel. And we got one Jeter tonight. We only opened one full box. James Mouton, Dan Smith, Joe Mack, Felix Jose, George Brett, Oral Hershiser, Sid Fernandez, Frank Seminara, Jose Malave, Steve Dixon, Rich Robertson, Mariano Rivera, Lance Blankenship, and Rob Deere. It all comes down to this last pack. Kenny Lofton, Frank Rodriguez, Danny Batista, Fred McGriff, John Valentine, Kurt Schilling, Carlos Baerga, Mark Gardner, Mark Newfield, Jeff Mutis, Benny Santiago, Tony Longmire, Eddie Murray, JT Snow. No Jeter in that box. Got Jason Kendall in that box. No Jeter in that box. We are 1 for 2. We got shut out in that box. The next one belongs to Paul. So, Paul, good luck. Paul, I'm just going to go ahead and take them out just for the sake of speed. Okay, Paul, good luck, sir. Let's find a Jeter. Maybe a George Brett or two. Okay, so this one is, you could tell how some of them are in different. Jason Beret, I guess. Greg Blosser, Danny Clyburn, Mike Farmer, Tim Pugh, Andy Pettit, Carl Everett, Bobby Jones, Chris Pritchett, Donnie Baseball, Doug Jones, Tom Pagnozzi, and Ozzie Timmons. I got a good feeling. Carlton Fisk. Brian Harvey, Chris Gomez, Alan Newman, Bobby Bowe, Matt Walbeck, Jeff Hartsock, Rich Renteria, Brian Rupp, Bernie Williams, Bill Swift, BJ Surhoff, David Holtz, and Carlton Fisk. Okay, Bobby Witt, Gary DiSarcina, Dave Fleming. There it is. There it is, Paul. And wow, that is a nice looking one. Derek Jeter. One of the rappers. Yes, jersey. Paul, congratulations. I missed it the last time, but Paul, congratulations to you. It is very nicely centered. That's what my first thought was, man, that is very well centered. And you know what, let's be honest, like I always feel like it kind of downplays the moment by sitting here and playing amateur grader. There's time for that later on, but I feel like in the moment, it's just a good time to pull the card. And Paul, you got yourself a Jeter. Congratulations. What a big score that is. So 2 Jeters tonight, guys. And we're not done. We got Darryl Strawberry, Craig Paquette, Mike Williams, Frank Bullock, Gary Mota, Ivan Calderon, Terry Pendleton, Scott Fletcher, Jack Morris, Terry Mulholland. Oh, man. Joe, thank you again. These boxes have been great. And jersey, I'm trying to be as ginger with this one as I can for you. There you go, jersey. Yeah, I would agree with that, Barry. It is extra special when it is extra nice. I just always feel like I've seen those videos where like somebody pulls like one of those childhood amazing cards, and then they're like, "Oh, it's like a 85-15." So, and it's like, "Oh man, why did you rain all over that guy's parade?" John Franco, Matt Whiteside, Juan Castillo, Scott Bullitt, Orestes doing play-by-play now, Manny Alexander, Jose Oliva, Justin Thompson, Midre Cummings, Sheffield, Manram, Don Jaha, Eddie Taubensee, and Steve Bichelle. Bought the box for a gradable Jeter. Well, let's hope that we can get one. I still feel like I would be super excited if even one of these boxes put 2 Jeters out there. Would be pretty crazy. Pat Mears, there's Sabo again, Vinny Castilla, Tim Bogar, Keith Gordon, Raul Mondesi, Andy Cook, Rich Helling, Todd Jones, Joe Oliver, Bernard Gilkey, Carlos Quintana, Rafael Palmeiro, and Joe Randa. There's that Bobby and Barry Bonds, Ricky Gutierrez, Omar Vizquel, Greg Gagme, Chad McConnell, Curtis Shaw, Rondell White, Bobby Ayala, Terry Burrows, Bobby and Barry, Wally Joyner, Roger Cedeno, William McGee, Jay Buhner, and Matt Noakes. Orestes killed his. I'm confused. I thought he was doing commentary for the Rays. Do I have these guys mixed up now? Because I'm not going to keep saying that guy's name if that's true. Mark Smith, Julio Franco, Junior Felix, Otis Nixon, Dan Melendez, Ozzie Canseco, Bobby Hughes, Damon Hollins, Nigel Wilson, Kevin McReynolds. Hey, there's Randy Johnson. I think that's not the first time we've seen Randy Johnson. Mike Mussina, yeah. Real Cormier and Todd Williams. Oh, all right. I'm like, what? And there's the Greg Hansel. The Griffey card is in there. There's Jeff, Benny Santiago, Tony Longmire, Eddie Murray, JT Snow, Craig Lefferts, Chris Sheff. There's father and son. Ray Langford, Charlie Lebron, Jeff Blauser, Mark Thompson, Randy Tomlin. You can trim the card. Exactly. Just send it to, who is it? PWCC. They'll trim that right up for you. I did a demo on how to trim cards in an earlier video if you guys need to get some pointers. Dave Malicki, Mark Langston, John Kruk, Preston Wilson, Barry Bonds, Francisco Gomez, Quentin McCracken, that's a sweet name, Tim Worrell, Dan Fry, Rock Rains, Thip Roberts, Craig Biggio, Dave Stevens, and Scott Ruffcorn. I know. I sent it to you. I think it's in a one-touch. It might be. I don't know if that's in a one-touch or not. It should be. If you don't have that thing in a one-touch, Terry, I'll be disappointed in you. That thing's a piece of card collecting lore. Okay, Sean Green, Kevin Stocker, Gabe White, Derek Lowe, Ramon Martinez, Doc Gooden, Rob Wisniewski, the Eck. There's a Chipper Jones foil. Matty Williams, Alex Ochoa, Sean Lowe, Rod Beck, and John Burkett, the bowler. Well, you're going to have to talk to Brendon Simmons, Dwight, about getting yourself a Marky Boy card. Asked and answered, Kevin. Because I am not going to part with my my Marky Boy Backyard Dumper card. And the only one who's got the in on that is Brendon Simmons, Manny Alexander, Orlando Palmero, John Smiley, Sterling Hitchcock, Brian Harper, Desi Wilson, Chris Cody, Geddes Glaze, Russ Davis, Dean Palmer, the Hawk, Pat Mahomes, not the right one, Aaron Ledesma, and Steve Avery. Okay. Fletcher, Munoz, Fabrejas, Fabergé, whatever. Tom Kramer, Bourbon, Ron Watson, Adele Davenport, Marcus Moore, Tyrone Hill, Jeff Montgomery, Mike Myers, Kevin Robertson, Joe Girardi, and Will the Thrill Clark. You could do all sorts of animals pooping. You want to be inclusive. That's the thing. You don't want to limit yourself to just canines. Maybe a cow or a deer. How about a hummingbird? Vince Coleman, Jose Guzman, Charles Nagy, Lansing, Moeller, Polonia, Lofton, Boston, Sutton, Brett Barbary, Dave Hollins, Sammy Sosa, Mickey Tuttleton, and the original Austin Hayes. So we're just kind of just over halfway through this box. So there's still plenty of packs in here. Still a chance for another. Desi Relaford, Tony Fernandez, Marcos Armas, Brent Gates, Tim Costo, Candy Maldonado, Mike Hostetler, Mike McSudian, Brad Pennington, Joe Rosselli, Russ Springer, Omar Dahl, Chuck Carr, and the Wild Thing. And Warcraft, Ohio, how are you doing? Maybe the Jeter from box 2 fell into box 3. Rich Robertson, Mariano Rivera, Lance Blankenship, Rob Deere, Rod Bolton, Chris Turner, Mike James, Joel Chamelli, JT Snow, Jerome Burnitz, Jeff King, Paul Sporjaric, Marquise Grissom, and Juan Gone. At least Bill knew who his whistleblower was. Lovely. Nice. Okay. Larry Carter, Nigel Wilson, Jay Gaynor, Alan Watson, Larry Thomas, Steve Dixon, Brian Edmondson, Jose Vieira, Felipe and Moises Alou, Sam Militello, Mike Moore, Steve Farr, Butch Husky, and Mike Devereaux. And Michael P., you're missing out on some good jokes and conversation tonight, but damn, you're doing an amazing job and your hands look great. Well, for what it's worth, I'm not missing the jokes in terms of reading them. I'm just not reading them out loud because I don't want to get myself in trouble. But I am having a good time going through these old school Bowman. Doesn't hurt that they look so nice too. Got Tom Glavine, Jose Lind, Mo Vaughn, Brooke Fortis, Bob Welch, Greg Gore, Mike Robertson, Tom Nevers, Frank Rodriguez, Bill Hasselman, Ed Sprague, T.R. Lewis, Brady Anderson, Bobby Kelly. Job and hands in the same sentence. Yeah. There's Paul Malter, Bud Black, Midre Cummings, Ken Griffey Jr., Danny Maselli, Brian Bevel, Jose Sandoval, Ken Ryan, Alan Watson, Robin Yount, Bob Wickman, Jay Bell, Robin Ventura, Albert Bell. Yeah, has that game... What time does that game start, Terry? I feel like, depending on how tonight goes, there's some basketball cards that are going to skyrocket. Edgar Herrera, Miguel Batista. Oh, man, I thought that was Jeter for a second. Robert Einhorn, Kyle Abbott, Billy Hall, Shane Mack, Pat Gomez, Rene Arocha, Steve Gibraltar, Mike Trombley, 830, got it. Tony Phillips, thank you. Eric Anthony, Pat Borders, Matt Miski. Yeah, Terry, exactly. I almost feel like he does anything that's not like embarrassing. Mark Newfield, any glimmer of hope that he's going to be legit is going to be good enough. Greg Swindell, Tom Urbani, Paul Wagner, Kevin Seitzer, Big Hurt, Hector Roa, Kurt Miller, Kevin Stocker, Rob Natal, Tom Henke, Ricky Henderson, Ray McDavid, and Mike Henneman. Well, I'm excited. I think there's like the intrigue of, a big time player in the hobby, and kind of being there at the start of it is always interesting. Garvin Allison, Steve Hosey, Pete Janicki, Kerry Taylor, Tyrone Hill, Billy Ripken, Doug Hecker, Mike Neal, Mark Thompson, Melvin Nieves, Luis Gonzalez, Ray Holbert, Kevin Mitchell, Brian Coling, and David Pert is in the house. How are you doing? Three packs to go, Paul. Not bad. We're on our third box. About an hour and a half. Howard Battle, Sandy Alomar, Jimmy Key, Jamie Navarro, Brian Barber, Phil Hyatt, Kurt Stillwell, Ivan Cruz, Terrell Lowry, Darren Fletcher, Rich Gorecki, Paul Sorrento, Eric Davis, Mark Grace. Just got off work. Well, it's a good start anyway. Getting off work is always good. Especially if you do not like your job. Bob Tewksbury, Orlando Miller, Roberto Mejia, Greg Hibbard, Chris Gams, Hilly Hathaway, Omar Oliveris, Wes Chamberlain, Jose Malave, Al Martin, Lance Painter, Brandon Wilson, Daryl Hamilton, Aaron Holbert. 2 Jeters so far, David. 2 out of 3 boxes had Jeter. 2 out of 3. George Samus, Tony Tarasco, Al Shirley, Billy Brewer, Javi Lopez, Randy Myers, Sid Bream, Richie Moody, Steve Hosey, Roger Clemens, Rick Wilkins, Tim Wakefield, Derek Wallace, Juan Guzman. Well, Paul, you did get a Jeter. Would have been nice if we would have also gotten you a George Brett, but you got a Pettit, Chipper Foil, and there he is, Jeter. So, Paul, congratulations. Terry's ready for opening day. Me too. Even just any kind of baseball play, I feel like. Even spring training games, I'll be happy to see something. Okay. Next one belongs to Jonathan H. So, Jonathan, let's get you a gradable Jeter. A gradable Jeter. That's what we asked for. So let's see if we can't get that going. Well, good luck. If you can get an A signature, that'd be this is box 4, Darren. Box 4. It'd be sweet if you could get some A's autos, Robert. Okay, Jonathan, good luck. Well, that's different. Jim Converse. Adams. Julio Bruno. Doc Gooden. Malicki. Langston. Kruk. Alvarez. Cordova. Ken Hill. Brett Boone. Dave Magadan. Rob Natal and Tom Henke. Yeah. Just as a conversation starter, see if you can get him to sign something. Mike Moeller, Kirby Puckett. There's Ricky Henderson. Brian Harper, Shane Mack, Roberto Pettigene, Kevin Stalker, Gabe White, Aaron Small, Jim Tatum, Henderson, McDavid, Henneman, Knobloch, Torres. Scott Pose, Delano DeShields. How can we do that? Oh. Okay. Kevin Tapon, Frank Thomas, Edgar Herrera, Orlando Palmero, John Smiley, Sterling Hitchcock, Todd Van Poppel, Cedeno, Ruffin, Kevin Brown, Spike Owen, Richie Lewis. Mr. Yips. Feel bad for that guy, man. That was pretty brutal. And from second base, like, he couldn't get any closer, you know? I don't feel like there's a good way to do this. Okay, we got Big Mac, Domingo Martinez, Rick Aguilera, Mike Greenwell, McFarland, Justin Thompson, Travis Fryman, Trey Beeman, Alex Cole, Swindell, Urbani, Ramon Martinez, and no Jeter in that pack. Didn't he go play left field or something once the yips kind of set in from second base? Okay, Jaron Burton, Kenny Lofton, O'Donohue, Greg Vaughn, Whitmore, Bowers, Cal Ripken, Tim Salmon, Scott Iyer, Karen Cross, Kevin Young, Steve Hosey, Janicki, Saberhagen. Felder and Salmon. Got Gams, Russell. There's Mike Piazza. My goodness. Unfortunately, there's a little like ink thing, but there's a Mike Piazza. I think that's the first Mike Piazza card we've got the whole time. Basil Shabazz, Charlie Huff, Jamie Navarro, Raul Mondesi, Norman Thompson, Jose Martinez, Brant Brown, and Pat Kelly. Is this the first Mike Piazza card we've seen all night? The ink thing is what's on your Bowman Jeter. Oh, that's heartbreaking. I feel like it's so hard to get some of these cards and then to just come out of the pack ruined. Okay, Bill Wirtz, Carlisle, Todd Zeal, Hutchins, Vitello, Jimenez, Wilson, and Hibbard, Taylor, Vidro, Dalton, Winfield, Primetime, and Brett Butler. I believe so. Are you referring to the playing left field, right field question, Joe? Dwight wants to get an Acuna auto. Steve Cook, Pat Listash, Tim Wallach. There's Andy Pettit, Andres Galarraga, Veras, Ron Gant, Troy Neal. Piazza card. Got it. Carlos Delgado, Doug DeCenzo, Merced, Kiefer, Melito Perez, Terry Steinbach. Aaron Seal, Mike Matthews, Jeff Russell, Greg Perkle, Tim Laker, Ron Blazier, Eduardo Perez, Cordero, Bubba Smith, and there's Jason Kendall. Tony Pena, Kevin Raymer, Carlos Garcia, Ellis Burks. So we got Piazza, Pettit, Kendall. I feel like if we get a Jeter out of this box, this would be like the ultimate box. Mike Orquist, Luis Ortiz, Derek Lee, Neff, Easley, Pfaff, whatever. Royce Clayton, Willie Green. There's Larry Walker, Leo Gomez, Edgar Martinez, Joe Mack, and Felix Jose. That's my bad. I shouldn't have said if, but if I said we would, that would be jinxing it, right? So kind of stuck in the middle here. Okay, Todd Hundley, Jimmy Gonzalez, Gene Drabeck, Viola, Hoyles, Tino Martinez, Lee Smith, Mark Newfield. There's George Brett, Oral Hershiser, Sid Fernandez, Seminara, and Danny Batista. I'm waiting to hear the answer to Dwight's question. Because they only have nice. Okay, Tim Belcher, Snowpeck, Juan Bell, Felder, Walt Weiss, Cromer, Estes, Higgins, Vitiello, Crime Dog, Valentine, Schilling, Baerga, Gardner. Eckersley, McCracken. Yes! Okay. Oh. This is now above and beyond the best box. It had all the rookies. And that's not a bad looking card. I already know what you're going to say. It might be a little bit right to left, but there is no ink. There is no ink mark. That's a pretty clean looking Jeter. Nice. Yeah, Mitch, it was like the very first card, like you could see the back of it before you could see the front. It is a little bit right to left, but again, it's not like it's any less fun to pull. Hey, at least you're moving closer. There's no big ink splotch on it. Pull me a better one or I overpaid. Watch you wind up getting two. You got Kendall, Piazza, Pettit, and Jeter out of that box. Strade, Alexander, Bobby Witt, DiSarcina, Fleming, Chipper Jones, Castellano, Boisio, Burkett, Palmer, Dawson. Hey, Kendall Brown, how are you doing? So, Kendall, don't know if you saw, we just pulled our third Jeter of the night. Oh, the flu does suck. Sorry about that, man. 3 Jeters tonight. More excited about getting my contrast MRI results tomorrow and getting the fusion scheduled. Well, that's definitely a step in the right direction. Morel, Leferts. Yes, we've seen a Big Hurt a few times. It's not the best picture, Tom. I'll go slower if we see one. Jonathan would hit two. Yeah, that's right. I do remember that. Keith Gordon, Mondesi, Franco, Whiteside, Castillo, Bullet, Russ Davis, Pat Mahomes, Ledesma, Steve Avery, Brett Barbary, Dave Hollins. Okay, Ellis, Lira, Shaw, Rondell White, Mears, Chris Sabo, Castilla, Bogar, Tyrone Hill, Sammy Sosa, Mickey Tuttleton, Jimmy Haynes, Doug Jones, Tom Pagnazzi. C3PO. A sweet checklist there. Marshall Bowes, Moeller, Polonia, Gutierrez, Vizquel, Gagne, McConnell, Troy Percival, Timmons, Bernie Williams, Bill Swift, BJ Surhoff, Steve Bushell. Season 7. Becker, Hanselman, Tim Costo, Kenny Maldonado, Vince Coleman, Jose Guzman, Charles Nagy, Mike Lansing, Troy O'Leary, Joe Oliver. There's a Gilkey for Jonathan, Quintana, Palmero, and Painter. I purposely thought about sending Jonathan a bunch of shreddable cards, but I didn't. Matt Wisenant, Taylor. I'm pretty proud of my sorting job, though, that I did. Bolton, Turner, Relaford, Tony Fernandez, Marco Armas, Brent Gates, Alex Gonzalez, Brandon Wilson, Hamilton, Hobart, Clemens, Wilkins. That was nice. I even pulled out the Adubles. Heath, Greg Olson, Thomas, Dixon, Robertson. There's Mariano Rivera, Lance Blankenship, Rob Deere, the McCrays, Hulse, Fisk, Calderon, Pendleton, Fletcher. Tyler Green, Chris Holt. You got the Man Ram foil, Bob Welch, Gore, Carter, Wilson, Gaynor, Alan Watson, Nieves, Luis Gonzalez, Ray Holbert, Kevin Mitchell, Brian Coling. 4 packs to go. Got a sweet checklist. Alan Embry. I will say this. Yeah, Michael, you got a bunch of cool stuff in there. I will say I was very impressed by the turnaround from when we notified you guys to when you guys got the returned shipping thing payment done. It was very quick and worked pretty well. I don't know how you guys feel about it. We can talk about it more at length in a different video, but I felt like it worked fairly well. Danny Maselli, Bevel, Greg Jeffries, Jose Lean, Mo Vaughn, Fortis, Hollins, Darren Fletcher, Tim Wakefield, Derek Wallace, Juan Guzman, and Chris Pritchett. What did you guys think? Do you like this system? Okay, Ray Sanchez. Clemente Alvarez. There's Ken Griffey Jr. and Donnie Baseball. Javi Lopez, Dan Melendez, Ozzie Canseco, Elliott, Black, Cummings, Ken Griffey Jr., Donnie Baseball, David Need, Trombley, Tony Phillips, Eric Anthony. Not yet, Dwight. I'll be sending you a message. My wife and I will either tonight or tomorrow. I don't know if you were here earlier in the video. I mentioned I'm taking tomorrow off to finish everything. Mike Welch, Steve Cox, Otis Nixon, Eddie Murray, JT Snow, Mark Smith, Andy Bennis, Hayes, Nixon, McCarty, Pat Borders, Mies, Gorecki, Sorrento, Eric Davis. Nope, Michael, you were one of the ones that had an abundance of things. So yeah, tonight or tomorrow. Checklist, Olsen, Ruben Sierra, Games, Hansel, Gray, Trevor Hoffman, Tony Longmire, Jason Beret, Mark Grace, Al Martin, Rick Sutcliffe, Kevin Apier, and Willie Banks. Unfortunately, Jonathan, you only got one of every good card in that box. One Rivera, one Pettit, one Kendall, one Piazza, and one Jeter. Man. Poor Jonathan. Nicely done, though, sir. That was a great box. Yeah, definitely. Wish that little splotch wasn't there, because that is a very well-centered Mike Piazza. But your Jeter is a pretty Jeter. Slightly OC, but still a pretty Jeter. All right, guys, and we are on box 5, just like that. Box 5. No, you're fine, Michael. It's not an addiction. It's more like a healthy enthusiasm. Okay, box 5 has Tim, Dwight, Michael P, and Mitch. And 5 times is 1, is 2. Hey, John Sports Cards. Is 3, 4, and 5. So Tim, Mitch, Michael P, and Dwight. So Tim, you got stack 1. Mitch, you're in the top right. Michael P, bottom left. And Dwight, bottom right. Terry, you got to make those Cajun cooking videos. Okay, good luck, gentlemen. Well, let's hope so, Paul. At least this is you could say this is at least somewhat productive. Okay, so Tim, this is yours. Tim, thanks for getting in, and welcome to the breaks. Come on, sweet checklist. Okay, Menendez, Hughes, Lopez, Carsey, Nate Minchie, Joe Carter, Tracy Sanders, Tavo Alvarez, Jim Tatum, Orlando Merced, Mark Kiefer, Melito Perez, Terry Steinbach, and Jason Kendall. So we got a big name out of the way. And we have new Hall of Famer Larry Walker, Hollins, Jose Sandoval, Roger Bailey, Freddie Benavides, Graham Lloyd, Turk Wendell, Mike Farrell, Cliff Floyd, Todd Van Poppel, Tony Pena, Kevin Raymer, Carlos Garcia, Ellis Burks, and Hall of Famer Larry Walker. And George Brett is smiling at us on the back there. Ken Ryan, Mike Robertson, Jose Rio, Dwayne Singleton, Nolan Ryan, Tom Glavine, Denny Hawking, Sherman, Justin Thompson, Leo Gomez, Edgar Martinez, Joe Mack, Felix Jose, and there is George Brett. 7 minutes, 0 points, 1 assist. Has he been shooting much? No Mark McGuire pulls or Dwight would want a Big Mac. Andy Cook, Rick Helling, Robbie Beckett, Andy Van Slyke, Ramon Martinez, Kevin Tapani, Tom Candiotti, Barry Larkin, Tim Salmon, Oral Hershiser, Sid Fernandez, Frank Seminara, Danny Batista, and the Crime Dog. 1 shot. Well, it's not like he's taken 15 shots and still has 0 points, right? Jose Oliva, Justin Thompson, Breen Taylor, Steve Dunn, Kerry Taylor, Travis Fryman, Alex Cole, Raul Mondesi, John Valentine, Kurt Schilling, Carlos Baerga, Mark Gardner, Lou Whitaker. He looks way out of shape. Not encouraging news. What? I mean, to show you how much I follow basketball, what even was his injury? Okay, Mike Williams, Bill Risley, or Risley, who knows? Basil Shabazz, Charlie Huff, Chad Matola, meniscus tear, got it. Scott Iyer, Cameron Carencross, Kevin Young, Green Taylor, Dan Wilson, Danny Martinez, Jose Canseco, Pudge Rodriguez, Danny Tardival. Gore, we still have my other box. Yes. And Tim, thank you, sir. We didn't get Jeter. You did get Jason Kendall, which is kind of fun still. Not a Jeter, I know. Mitch. Yeah. I'm sure you might be able to trade that Jason Kendall for a checklist. Okay, Mitch, year stack. Thank you, Tim. It's Burrito Wednesday. Todd Hollinsworth, Adele Davenport. There's Mike Piazza. So, Mitch, you're getting Mike Piazza, Miguel Jimenez, Willie Wilson, Brett Backlund, Steve Trashel, Hilly Hathaway, and Mike Piazza. And that's a pretty nice looking Mike Piazza rookie right there. Maybe not. I wanted to say rookie. Well, no, wait. Trying to picture his draft picks card. Yeah, I was gonna say second year. Brain fart there. Carlos Delgado, Mike Hampton, Glenn Davis, Jeff Darwin, Rhino, and Trammell. Picturing his Topps card with the 4 little pictures. Marcus Moore, Chris Yodi, Tarasco, Ron Gant, Troy Neal, Todd Zeal, Randy Myers, Joey Vitello, Bubba Smith, Ozzie Guillen, Shane Andrews, Jeff Juden, Billy Ashley, Dave Nilsson. Piazza was a rookie in 92 with Rivera. Those boxes are like $400 or whatever. They're definitely up there. Yeah, these boxes have been searched. All the Tatisas have been taken out. Geddes Blaze, Tom Nevers, Greg Blosser, Eduardo Perez, Will Cordero, Tim Wallach, John Olerud, George Samus, Willie Green, Jose Mercedes, Arthur Rhodes, Mike Milchin, Tony Mitchell, Scott Cooper. Brian Edmondson, Jose Vieira, Gomez, Newman, Bobby Bowe, Jeff Russell, Craig Perkle, and Jason and Mark Newfield, Mike Draper, Cecil Fielder, David Justice, Ken Ramos, and Jeff Bagwell. Yordan Alvarez, David, is the most likely draw. Mike James, Joel Chamelli. Well, look at there. Look at there for Mitch. Gary DiSarcina, Dave Fleming, and wow. That is a pretty nice looking Jeter. Congratulations, Mitch. You get a Jeter. 4th Jeter tonight. Makes me feel extra bad about the box that didn't have one, but wow. El Conquistador. Nice. Well, there is Jeter number 4. Yeah, if there's not at least one more in here, then that's a scam. Well, congratulations to Mitch. Got a Jeter. Got Lee, Neff, Easley, Vitello, Todd Jones, Carrasco, Thompson, Bell, and Reed. Box 2 was searched. Okay, Blumdahl, Grifol, Cromer, Castillo, Bullet, Destrade, Alexander, Viola, McDavid, Manwaring, McDonald, Bo Jackson, Mickey Morandini, Bobby Thigpen. Mitch, congratulations on another Jeter sighting tonight. My Conquistador. I caught myself there. Yeah, Terry, I'm happy. I mean, I'm understanding that not every box had one. I get it, but 4 out of 5 boxes having one is pretty damn good. Marcus Moore, Chris Yodi, and I feel like they've all been nice cards. No weird printing errors or whatever. Navarro, Iyer, Phil Hyatt, Alston, Hosey, Janicki, Russ Davis, Luis Gonzalez, Holbert, Kevin Mitchell, Coling, and Fletcher. I got a Donnie baseball on the back, Glaze and Nevers, Hibbard, Gams, Russell, and nice looking Mike Piazza. Sandy Alomar, Jimmy Key, Tyrone Hill, Wakefield, Wallace, Guzman, Pritchett, Donnie Baseball. Okay, Edmondson, Vieira, Brewer, Lopez, Hutchins, Vitiello, Miller, Mejia, Percival, Need, Trombley, Phillips, Anthony, Borders. Mike James, Joel Chamelli, Farmer, Pugh, Andy Pettit, Galarraga, Veris, Gant, O'Leary, Mies, Gorecki, Sorrento, Eric Davis, Mark Grace. Ben Blumdahl, Griffol, Clayton, Russell, nope, Laker, Blazer, Perez, Alex Gonzalez, Al Martin, Rick Sutcliffe, Apier, Willie Banks, Ken Hill. And for the Conquistador, one last pack. Henderson, sweet checklist. Lee Smith, Derek Lee, Paquette, Brian Harvey, Pfaff, Pegu, Brian and Hal McCray, Brett Boone, Magadan, Natal, Henke, Henderson. Well, he got an Andy Pettit and a pretty nice Mike Piazza. Missed the Jeter. Sorry, muchacho. Lo siento mucho. And Dwight. Well, you just hold on to that comment for about 6 more packs. Is everybody still here? 6 more packs. Is everybody from the break at least still here? Crosby, Runyon, Higgins, Gene, Drebeck, Viola, Chris Hoyles, Tino Martinez, Manram. Mom jokes? Come on. McDavid, Hennigan, Chuck Knobloch, Torres, Cedeno. Half asleep. Well, James, I got something that might wake you up a little bit. Wisniewski, the Eck, Bird, Juan Bell, Felder, Weiss, Whiteside, Estes, Hollins, Ruffin, Kevin Brown, Spike Owen, Richie Lewis, and there's a Big Mac. I know, Joe. It's full-on high school humor. The appropriate response is, I know you are, but what am I? Quentin McCracken, Tim Morrell, there's Wade Boggs, Burke, Gerald Williams, Harold Baines, Todd Stottlemyre, Holzmer, Wade Boggs, Javi Lopez, Domingo Martinez, Rick Aguilera, Mike Greenwell, Mike McFarland, John O'Donohue. I think that's the first Wade Boggs we've seen all night, grade worthy, which is pretty amazing since this is box 5. So it's easier to get a Jeter than it is to get a easier to get a Jeter than it is to get a Wade Boggs. Greg Lefferts, Donovan Osborne, and Drake, how are you doing? Ty Van Bercleo, Mike Bordick, Harold Reynolds, Jesse Hollins, Ryan Klesko. That's another first time seeing that. Lieberthal, McCarty, Greg Vaughn, Whitmore, Brent Bowers, Cal Ripken Jr., Les Norman. Okay, Jim Pena, Moises Alou, Bobby Munoz, Jorge Fabregas, whatever, Tom Kramer, Bourbon, Ron Watson, Kevin Rogers, Jason Beret, Robbie Thompson, Jose Martinez, Brant Brown, Pat Kelly, Jose Vidro. And just wanted a Soto and a Larkin. Gerald Clark, Bloss Minor. Marty Cordova, Scott Brow, Scott Sanders, Ron Darling, Willie Green, Benji Simonton, Paul Fletcher, Darren Dalton, Dave Winfield, Primetime, Brett Butler, and Doug DeCenzo is our last card of the box. So, 4 Jeters tonight. 4. I would say we did pretty good. Sabo, Gore, Acebo, not Soto. I don't know what's going on. All right. Now, the twist. So I'm going to do something that, at least to my knowledge, I don't know that I've ever seen done. And I'm going to do something just as a way to show my appreciation to you guys. And you didn't know this, but we're going to do another break right now. And you're all already in it. If you bought into that break, for every break stack that you bought, you get an entry into 1993 Score Select break, because damn it, we're not done hunting for Jeter. You will get in this break. So the way that it's going to work is I already have all of your names entered into the Wheel of Awesomeness. And what's going to happen is I am going to spin. Now, you'll notice that for Jonathan and Paul and Tom, where are you at, Tom? Right here. If you bought more than one stack, you get more than one entry. Now, no, David, sorry, no hand puppets. Now, the way that it's going to work in order to keep things relatively fair is I'm going to spin. Now, there are 36 packs in this box, and we only have we have something like 11 people. Thanks, Michael. I don't know which one is better, the awesome or the creepy hand comment. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna draw now. Only people that have more than one stack can win twice before everyone has one. Once everyone has one, then you can win twice until all the packs are gone because there's 36. There was no real clean way to do it. But we're not done. All right, so let's go ahead and keep the fun going with 1993 Score Select. And this is just a from Mrs. G and myself to you guys. We appreciate the support. Oh, there it is. There it is. It was all sealed up nice. I don't know that anyone's ever done a surprise break at the end of a break, but why not? Well, I'm glad. I like surprising you guys. You guys are the best group out there. There's really no denying that. So we like trying to find ways to show our appreciation for you guys. And this is what we had in mind. So let's get it started. First up, Tim L. Tim L. And I'm not gonna do the picking thing. I'm just gonna start and just keep going in circles because if I have you guys pick every single pack, this video will take 95 hours. So, Tim L, you get a pack. You're just gonna have to trust that I'm gonna go in order. Okay, McIntosh, Tom Goodwin, Kenny Lofton, Manny Alexander, Ron Karkovice, Mike Lavalier, Tony Phillips, Greg Olson, Dean Palmer, Jack Morris, Bernard Gilkey, Marquise Grissom, Corey Snyder, Paul O'Neill, and Danny Tartable. Just FYI, I might pass out. All right, well, luckily you don't have to pick your pack. So go ahead and pass out. You can see it on the replay. Jersey, it is our pleasure, man. So now, Tim, the only thing is you can't get another pack until everyone's gotten a pack. Jersey! Jersey gets a pack. Good luck, Jersey. Damon Easley. Wickman. Helling. Bobby Witt. Carlos Garcia. Felix Fermin. Rick Sutcliffe. Jose Offerman. Randy Milligan. Hurst. Carney Lansford. Don Slott. Wally Joyner. Oral Hershiser. Mitch Williams. For Jersey. Jonathan. Jonathan, congrats. Yeah, the balancing the baseball thing. Okay, Derek Bell, Clark, Horsman, Ruben Sierra, McCaskill, Greg Olson, Dean Palmer, Ojeda, Brian Hunter, Mike Morgan, Steve Sachs, Vince Coleman, Eddie Murray, Travis Fryman, Lenny Dykstra. Who's next? Paul. Paul, good luck. Paul, you could have 2 Jeters in one night. Shannon Stewart, D. Sarcina, Cal Eldred, Jose Canseco, Henry Rodriguez, Randolph, Bernansky, Hatcher, Dave Stewart, Steve Avery, Olerud, Robbie Thompson. There's Ken Griffey Jr., Pendleton, and Dave Winfield for Paul. Michael P. Zion scores. Congrats, Michael P. Paul, you are welcome. Colbert, Steverson, Stenkowitz, Willie Wilson, Harris, Belliard, Stillwell, Bordick, Milt Thompson, Mike Musina, Bob Tewksbury, Carlos Baerga, Robin Ventura, Hal Morris, Mickey Tettleton. And where's the Conquistadors box? Let me make some room real quick. And Paul, you can get another one because you had 4 stacks. Anthony Young, Nagel, Willie Banks, Dave Steve, Davis, Hibbard, Zane Smith, Martinez, Sanderson, Ozzie Guillen, Candiotti, Morris, Tartable, Hall of Fame Larry Walker, Hall of Fame Paul Malter. Jonathan. Oh, it's brutal. It is not the best picture, Terry, for sure. Thompson, Green, Reggie Sanders, JT Snow, Olin, Buhner, Chamberlain, Thigpen, Kevin Moss, Sharperson, Farr, Gary Carter, Nagy, Gullickson, Bobby Bowe. And Paul, that's your 3rd spin. You still got one more before I have to pass it on to the next guy. Grigsby, Jordan, Colburn, Grebick, Wilkins, Liebrant, Hayes, Ben McDonald, Fernandez, Kevin Mitchell, Saberhagen, Dave Winfield, Bonds, Big Mac, Greg Maddox. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this free break. And James, good luck. Oh, James was having a bad day, so it'd be quite the pick-me-up if you get a Jeter. Okay, Hernandez, Brett Boone, Donald Harris, Kozlowski, Gerald Williams, Bob Welch, Santiago, Willie Randolph, Bernansky, Olerud, Robbie Thompson, Brian Harper, Terry Pendleton, Dave Winfield again, and Ken Caminiti. No dice on that. I do feel like, have we seen that Dave Winfield card 3 times now? I know we've seen it at least twice. And Jonathan, this is your 3rd. Well, maybe that bodes well in case we do get a Jeter. Maybe we'll find multiple Jeters. Ross Springer, Serafini, Karros, Gonzalez, Jackson, Johnson, Weiss, Carlton, Guzman, Davis, Ricky Henderson, Roger Clemens, Eddie Murray, Travis Fryman, Lenny Dykstra. Okay, that was a good pack. That was not a bad pack. And Paul, this is your last chance before you get skipped over. Okay, Wakefield, Austin, Springer, Serafini again, Williams, Sid Bream, Belcher, Aguilera, Bud Black, Jose, Witten, Lemke, Fryman, Dykstra, Polonia. All right, so Paul, you are kind of relegated to watching for the time being. And then Jonathan, this would be your last attempt before having to watch. Okay, Matt Stairs, Young. Oh, even the jumping picture and even Derek, but Derek Wallace, Parrish, Henry Moore, Daniels, McDaniel, Calderon, Fletcher, Langford, Cal Ripken Jr., John Kruk, Wade Boggs, Todd Zeal. That was a pretty good pack. All right, so if those guys' names pop up again, I got to skip you and go to somebody else. Tomm, congrats. Good luck. Tomm, you get 2 chances. So, Tomm, let's do this. Got Sean Lowe, Wohlers, Chris Roberts, Royce Clayton, Alexander, Darren Jackson, Movon, Kurt Schilling, Dan Gladden, Bip Roberts, Brian Harvey, Carney Lansford, Primetime, Darling, and Craig Biggio. No Jeter. And your box is buried all the way underneath everything because you were one of the first boxes to go. Just to keep things fun. Okay, so Tomm. Paul, sorry. Jonathan, sorry. It would take me forever to like remove the names and then put them all back in at the end. So I'm not going to do that, but this is a little bit frustrating. Tim, you were, I think, the first one to go. Jersey, I think you went as well. Tomm. Darren, Terry, Kevin, Goth, Duck. You're the only ones left. Okay, Hernandez, Boone, Donald Harris, Sean Lowe, Parrott, JT Snow, Pat Kelly, Mike Moore, Cal Daniels, Brian Harper, Ken Hill, Matt Williams, Ken Caminiti, BJ Surhoff, Luis Soho. The wheel never picks your... What did you do to the wheel, Kevin? Kevin, it might know you're Canadian. Could that be the problem? Darren C. The wheel has a international bias. Okay, Darren C. Darren, good luck. Okay, BJ Wallace, Estacio, Castillo, Scholar, Munoz, Erickson, Reimer, Hayes, Kevin Mitchell, Brett Saberhagen, Doug Drabeck, Barry Bonds, Big Mac, Greg Maddox, Greg Olson. For Darren. Now I want Kevin's name to get picked just to vindicate the wheel. It's Kevin Tan. It did it. See, Kevin, the wheel likes you. Yeah, Terry, it's pretty, there's a stark contrast. Well, Brad, I'm glad that you made your way over here. I don't know if you watched earlier or what you know. If you know what we're doing right now, this is a free break that I just tacked on to the end of another break. So enjoy. We are looking for Jeter, Nilsson, Doherty, Eric Fox, Russell, Klesko, Myers, Alan Trammell, Morandini, Lou Whitaker, Mulholland, Moss, Gullickson, Bobby Bowe, Sandy Alomar Jr., and Gary Sheffield. So, Kevin, you got your name called. Unfortunately, there was no Jeter in that pack. Sorry, sir. So I got Goth Duck and Dwight, Terry, and Mitch. Terry. Could Terry wind up with 2 Jeters in the same night? It could happen. Chad Curtis, Seminara, Livingston, Phil Clark, Craig Lefferts, Jeff Russell, Bob Ojeda, Brian Hunter, Brown, Bichette, Bushell, Hoyles, Walker, Molitor, Doc Gooden. I'll tell you what, man, if we weren't looking for like literally just one person, some of these would be pretty good packs. Unfortunately, when you're only looking for the one guy, it's fairly easy to make it seem like a dud. But I would say if you were a kid, that would have been a pretty nice pack. In 1993, anyway. Paul, 1 is good enough for Terry. We don't have many names left. If it doesn't pull one of them soon, I'm just going to go down the list. Just because I don't want to sit here forever spinning this wheel over and over and over and over and over again. I'll give it one more try, and then I'm just going down the list. See, Kevin, it picked you. Okay. Goth Duck. Matt, this is you. Stewart, Cena, Eldred, JT Snow, Olin, Finley, Martinez, Greenwell, Williams, Maldonado, Calderon, Burks, Lee Smith, Andre Dawson, and Keith Miller. And that was for Goth Duck. It's like a balancing act behind the scenes over here. Okay, so that was Goth Duck. Next up would be Dwight, and then Mitch. Okay, Dwight, Anthony Young, Nagel, Banks, Rivera, Wilson, Harris, Gubixa, Plantier, Harold Baines, Ryan Sandberg, Whitaker, Mulholland, Roberto Kelly, Tony Gwynn, Cecil Fielder. For Dwight, and now Mitch. Okay, Mitch, good luck. Knutson, Conine, Cordero, Steve, Davis, Montgomery, Tim Wallach, Luis Gonzalez, Butler, Tapani with an I, Morgan, Steve Sachs, Delano DeShields, Julio Franco, and Steve Finley. Okay, so at this point, everyone has gotten at least no Sabo yet. Jeff Parrott, I don't know. That's a good question. That's one of those names I could have just glossed over and not really noticed. All right, guys, we're back at the top, okay? Darren. And James, I accidentally hit the wheel, and you got the next pack. Tackett, Hentgen, Pat Mahomes, Tim Salmon, Key, Noakes, Davis, Erickson, Raymer, Eric Anthony, Greg Jeffries, John Franco, John Smiley with the multi-vision thing here, Nolan Ryan, and Terry Pendleton. That was for Darren. Robert feels young again. Start getting some age comparisons going on. James. Okay, we got Rivera. Valentine. I got Jason Kendall. Bullinger. Cone. Wedge. Hollins. Buhner. Chamberlain. Bernard Gilkey. Marquise Grissom. Dante Bichette. Doc Gooden. Devon White. Kevin Seitzer. You did get a Jason Kendall for James. I used to work for a radio station, and Jeff was on with us pretty often. He used to bring me some of his cards. Huh. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool. I could see the connection being formed from that. I'm sure somebody has been Googling. Does anybody know if Parrott is in this set? Michael P. Okay, Michael, congrats. Walters, Tomm, Perez, Pat Borders, Royce Clayton, Manwaring, Gaetti, Jack Clark, Jim Abbott, Jeff Bagwell, Ozzie Guillen, Candiotti, Sandy Alomar Jr., Sheffield, and Brady Anderson. James, you already won a second one. Paul. Wallace, Estacio, Castillo, Lee, Pena, Spike Owen, Welch, Santiago, Doug Drabeck, Henneman, Hamilton, Viola, Olson, Tomlin, Fisk. There's got to be a Jeter in here, right? Goff Duck. Sean Lowe, Wohlers, Roberts, Picardo, McDowell, Mills, Hatcher, Stewart, Kelly, Hill, Williams, Maldonado, Surhoff, Soho, Will the Thrill, Clark. For Goff Duck. There's your box. The wheel's grudge has shifted to me. Yeah, Mitch, you have not been doing very well with the wheel. Tomm, I think this is this your second of the second go round? Karos, Hundley, Jaha, Gray, Ruben Sierra, Tim Raines, new faces at least, Scott Lewis, Lance Johnson, McReynolds, first time, okay, Apier, Bennis, Mel Hall, Ozzie Smith, Ventura, Hal Morris. Dwight. Yes, Kevin. The wheel is plotting for you, Mitch. Okay, Dwight, Nilsson, Doherty, Eric Fox, Gonzalez, Jackson, Henke Sorrento, Eisenreich, Devereaux, Carter, Bipp, Harvey, Brett, Puckett. For Dwight. Tim L. There's Ozzie Smith. Got Hundley, Jaha, Vanderwall, Witt, Garcia, Vaughn, Samuel, Bert Blyleven, Sean Dunston, Pudge, Duncan, Coiler, Polonia, Melhall, Ozzie Smith. For Tim L. What did you do at this radio station, Brad? Sounds like it could have been an interesting job. Jonathan. Hippolito. Stairs, Young. Oh, that damn jumping Derek, but the wrong Derek. Karkovice, Leferts, Spears, Gruber, Gardner, Hurst, Slot, Sandberg, Wangon, Gary Carter, and Nagy. We're getting down there, guys. We are getting down there. Paul, there are only 6 packs to go. 6 packs to go. Mark Wohlers, Roberts, Hippolito again, Olin, Borders, Blackjack McDowell, Henke, Sorrento, Maldonado, Calderon, Fletcher, Will Clark, Ripken, Kruk, Wade Boggs. There were 6 packs. I don't know if I'd already said that. I didn't see when you posted that question, Terry. My bad. Paul again. Stewart, DiSarcina, Cal Eldred, Reardon, Derek May, Lee Brent, Ben McDonald, Spike Owen, Henneman, Hamilton, Viola, Avery, Tomlin, Fisk, Ken Griffey Jr. Jonathan, Easley, Wickman, Helling, Harkey. Oh, hey, a Roberto Alomar Select Stars insert. I don't know how rare those are, but it would appear that it is like one per box. It's a cool insert. Navarro, Deere, not saying your name, Sharperson, Farr, Jim Abbott, Bagwell, Anderson, Snyder, Paul O'Neill. I don't know if anybody collects those. Those are cool looking inserts. Paul. Hamilton, Osborne, Tucker, Klesko, Harkey, Harnish, Orslek, Browning, Nixon, Fetters, Bell, White, Seitzer, Dalton, Felix. You have a Frank Robinson from 92. Look, that's kind of cool. They had a throwback. Michael P. Valentine, there's Jason Kendall again. So 2 Jason Kendalls. Bollinger, Key, Noakes, Merced, Finley, Martinez, Mass, Sharperson, Farr, Van Slyke, Bell, Dibble, Herbeck. Tim L, I think you already got one. Paul, you got like 15. Darren, I know you got one. Trying to spread the love here. Good grief. Goth Duck, I don't think you've gotten a second one. Hernandez, Boone, Harris, Borders, and a Cecil Fielder. Fancy dancy insert there. Very nice. Fernandez, Ward, Wegman, Fletcher, Langford, Devereaux, Carter, Justice, Mattingly, Sosha. That one was for Goth Duck. And here's the deal. We're down to the last pack. And Mitch, I don't think the wheel has ever said Mitch's name even once. So, Mitch, I'm just going to rig the system, and I'm going to give Mitch this pack. I think we can all agree that poor Mitch has not been called one single time. Reed, Meacham, Zupa something, Cone, Wedge, Gallego, Oliver, McCrae, Bankhead, Coleman, Johnson, Perez, Grace, Clemens, Murray, son of a B word. Not one Jeter in that whole box. Okay. I'm not stopping. Who got a Jeter? Who got a Jeter tonight? Terry, you got a Jeter, right? Paul, you got a Jeter. Jonathan, you got a Jeter. And Mitch, you got a Jeter. Is that right? There's more. Wait right there. All right. Somebody else is getting a Jeter. Somebody who didn't get a Jeter tonight is getting a Jeter right now. Because why the hell not? Are we ready? Stove Cards, how are you doing, man? All right, guys, it's game time. Good luck, everyone. The best damn group of people on any channel ever. You all. Here we go. Darren C. You get a Jeter. So Darren gets a Jeter. Congratulations to Darren. If he's still out there listening. Gets a Jeter. I don't know. Is he even there anymore? Oh well. He'll realize it soon enough that he wins a Jeter. Okay. So, man, that really sucked that stupid score box didn't have those things aren't even cheap. Like that sucked. Anyway, what can you do? It didn't have one in there. Sorry. I had to throw one in there. I couldn't relax if we didn't wind up with another Jeter getting put into the mix here. So we did wind up getting 5 Jeters tonight. And Tomm, thank you for appreciating it. I appreciate you guys, and I hope that's obvious. Hey, look, I get it. You know, like it's a new business kind of a thing. And Mitch, thank you. You know, like sometimes shipping stuff gets delayed. I mean, as of this point, we've never missed a Patreon month. But I get it, you know, and you guys have been more than understanding. And we appreciate the heck out of you guys, and if we can ever give back to you, then that's what me and the missus like doing. Because again, you guys are just the best group of people that we could have ever lucked into meeting, and thank you. Now, the rest of the week, if you didn't get an email in the last day or two about shipping stuff, expect to get one tomorrow. And the sooner that we hear back from you, the sooner I can go get the stuff in the mail. Now, Friday, do you want to do a mixer? I have Bowman Chrome, Bowman's Best, Topps High Tech, or we can do the Derek Jeter Gold pack hunt thing. What do you guys want to do? And I obviously have more stuff than just those Bowman products, but that's all new stuff. You guys tell me what interests you on Friday. Obviously, Saturday, packs with friends as usual. Sunday, auctions as usual. Just trying to think of what you want on Friday so that I can have that ready for you guys. So Jeter Gold jersey, essentially, it's going to be like we did the 84 break and the 79 break. It'll be packs, and every pack is just going to have nothing but like inserts or star cards or other Hall of Famers, Kevin, that at the end of it, if you guys wanted to trade with each other, you could. They're going to be pretty cheap. And then one of the packs will have a Derek Jeter 93 Topps Gold card in it. So somebody's going to be the big winner, but everyone will get pretty decent cards. Chris Sabos, I don't know if I have time to make it down to my my safety deposit box to pull out the Sabos. And Brad, yeah, for the most part, everything is kind of exclusive to Patreon. It helps with payments and shipping and whatnot. Bowman all the time for Robert. Well, anyway, so Robert, I did get those Bowman things that I mentioned. And then I got 2019 Bowman with, like regular Bowman. So inserts, autos, numbered cards, and that'll make its first appearance this Saturday on Packs with Friends. That crap is getting expensive. So I was able to get some. Anyway, will there be a Jeter non-gold in that? Mitch, why do you want to go and spoil my surprises? You don't know what I'm going to put in stuff. Everything's going to be a surprise. Will it be all 1993 Topps with Derek Jeter Gold? No, Kevin. So there might be a numbered card out of 2019 Bowman in some of the packs. There might be an autograph out of Sapphire in one of the packs. All kinds of, just imagine nothing but hot packs with cool cards in there, and preferably cards from teams that I know you guys collect. So, Kevin, you might get a pack with an A's card in there that Robert wants, and Robert might get a Blue Jays card that you want, and then you can trade. Working on some PCs from 2019 Bowman, Mercer, Nelson, and Spencer Steer. Brad, if you send me an email, I might see if I have any of that. Depending on which product, though. Jeter Gold Break. All right. So we'll do Jeter. I'll get it all worked out as far as how many cards will be in each pack. And I'll try to let you know. It's going to take a while. Hey, Grant, how are you? that's something that'll take a while to get together because obviously I want to put some thought into the packs, not just random cards that nobody wants. So I'll work on that probably tomorrow. Anyway, guys, great night as usual. 5 Jeters, surprise break, and heck, an extra 93 tops Jeter just because you guys are awesome. All right. So busy end of the week tomorrow. Some of you guys expect some emails. Friday, Derek Jeter Gold. I know, Mitch. Sorry. Paul, you're one of the ones tomorrow. I'll be emailing you. And then also, if you're listening, again, there's a few of you out there, GoreMadetv@gmail.com, Brad and Paul. Yeah, I'll email you. There's a few of you that have messages sitting there waiting for you in Patreon because we don't have your address or we don't have your real name anywhere. And we're stuck. We can't do anything. We cannot get you your stuff. So please check your Patreon messages. Anyway, Joe, thank you for helping to make this possible. Great boxes of cards. Hey, 4 Jeters out of 5 boxes. That's a pretty damn good result, man. And thank you for that. It's gonna be a fun week, guys. Gonna be a fun week. Topps High Tech, Bowman's Best, Bowman Chrome. We got some. All right. So fun week, fun weekend. I can't wait to see you guys again. Have a good night. And Brad, thanks for coming in. And thanks the rest of you out there who chatted us up for the first time. Stick around, join the group, man. It's the best group of guys you're going to find on the internet. At least that you don't have to pay, for little weird stuff going on. But hey, it's the internet. You do what you do. All right. It's all good. All right, guys. Have a good one. And I will be talking to you very soon. Jeter Gold Friday. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Good night.